Welcome to the Tennis Pulse. The heartbeat of tennis is here. We are an exciting tennis show serving up fresh voices, bold insights, and we promise a lot of fun. Today on the Tennis Pulse, the final changing of the guard. Our Pulse expert, Charlie Stiep, helps us pay tribute to the legends who have left it all on the court and retired this year. Feel the heartbeat of tennis with your hosts and tennis fans, Lindy Wesuttle Muller Vestenhagen, Federica Finari, William Bunmossenon, Zani Suttle. The Tennis Pulse starts now.
There's only one name.
It's a sad
It's a sad episode.
That's why we press black.
We're all mourning.
cheering.
We're all black, so we're mourning at the moment.
So I guess we have to talk about Nadal.
We have to talk about
Yeah.
Nadal. Yeah.
Finally, he announced his retirement.
Finally.
Yeah, I have
know.
to say
It's
finally.
It was a
Unfortunately,
long time coming.
he tried many times, been injured for a long time, practiced and practiced, came back, injured again, and finding the right moment to leave the, to leave the sport. But one of the greatest of all time, I would say.
He's my GOAT for sure, alongside Federer. I think on and off the court, he's just a remarkable player, person, a man of integrity, great sportsmanship. I remember there was one video of him just greeting every staff member at one of the major
Thank you so much. Thanks for everything.
just a class act in so many ways. On court, just fiery, the Spanish like vamos, like energy on him is like, I loved you guys know the best like the fist pump down when you want to point. I'll miss his like banana shot forehands.
He's the OG of the banana
He is the OG
shot.
of the banana shot forehands. I of course will miss his wedgies. You gotta love his wedgies.
What about
the wedgie pick.
his nose too, though.
Oh yeah,
His
he did this
sweatpants
like
nose, yeah.
You know, he also does it on the golf course.
Is he really?
Oh,
Yes,
really?
I saw
No
a video
way.
of him doing exactly the same
Those
like
ticks.
mannerism ticks that he has on the court before he hit a golf swing.
Superstitious.
So
Yeah,
funny.
for sure.
Yeah.
I think it's just amazing to see his dominance on the clay court as well, too. Like, to even witness that in our era as well, like, it's just so amazing. Like, I don't know. I admire him as just a whole, he's such a class act.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I mean,
Sure.
he was so fiery on the court, but if you think about it, he had some good mental health.
Yeah.
Yes.
He really held it together. I mean, I think you looked up the statistic of how many rackets Nadal broke
Yeah.
on
Fun
his whole.
fact. Anybody know?
How many rackets did
Zero.
Nadal break?
Zero.
Yeah.
0
He
rackets.
didn't
I
break
broke
one.
many more.
Yeah.
Me too.
I did too, and I wasn't even a pro.
Well, I couldn't afford to break one. I couldn't afford to break one. My parents would
No.
ground me for that one.
I know. I would see Dad's face, and if I was like this, he was like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "Oh, yeah."
But looking back, if I'm talking to juniors or, talking about attitude, with Nadal, you never see, it doesn't matter if he's practicing, playing a match, beginning of the match or ending of the match. From the outside, you don't see what's the score.
True.
And that's very rare. It's the last point or the first point. He's playing with the same intensity, and that's I've never seen it with any other player. Normally you start a match, you start slow, or at the end you see it's getting tight. With him, it's always the same.
And even on the practice court as well. I mean, we got the opportunity to see him practice in Mallorca at the Nadal Academy. I mean, he was just fully focused, like it was a proper match, and it was just a practice match and practice round. It was really interesting to watch him 100% from start to finish, just be full intensity on the practice court.
Like, I don't know how long ago, maybe it's about 10 years ago, I brought a German tennis player with him to practice for 1 week. And he was also top 100, Andreas Beck, and he lasted 1 day.
With Nadal.
Yeah.
I mean, gosh, that forehand.
It was important. It was just another level of intensity and speed. And after maybe 1.5 or 2 days, but then he said, "I'm out." I mean, that was too much. Imagine, and that was also a top player. So the intensity from him was incredible.
Can you imagine him as a coach?
What if next
When
year?
he goes to somewhere else. Wow.
Can you imagine him as a coach in 2025?
Yeah.
Who would he choose?
Exactly. Good question.
I think he would go.
Alcaraz, yeah.
The changing of the
True.
guard. Yeah.
Yeah.
Handing off the baton. That would be cool. Coach.
I wonder how he managed to, the change after his career, because he loves the game so much. That's why he didn't stop
Yeah.
probably early enough, in my opinion.
Even though he had a chronic autoimmune disease on his foot, right?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
I mean, the will that you need to have to just overcome this is incredible.
And I mean, we talk about him possibly, well, you never know if he will be a coach in the future. I don't think he can stay away from the sport long enough.
I don't think so.
I
either.
mean, we
So much
think
But
about
what
passion
about
there.
Andy Murray, huh?
Andy
Yeah.
Murray.
He
Oh
literally
my
gave up his
goodness.
racket, and then like
Yeah.
after the summer,
Maybe-
he's like,
Yeah, maybe he can go to Holger Rune. I don't know.
Oh,
Maybe
yeah.
why not?
I don't know if
I
it's a
mean-
good match, but
I don't
Why
think
not?
anyone will
It's
last with Holger
so true.
Rune.
Well,
I
he's
don't
very
think-
calm. You never know. Maybe.
I don't know.
Yeah, I know.
That man
Is
just
that
needs
lost
to coach
cause?
himself and just
Oh.
that's a lost cause.
Okay. What about Murray though?
Murray
Murray.
retirement after the Paris Olympic was
Yeah.
That was an emotional one too.
yeah,
Very much
I-
so.
Really.
Even more, I thought it very emotional was Wimbledon. Like the goodbye in
Yes.
Wimbledon
Yeah,
was
yeah.
super
Yeah.
emotional.
yeah.
Yeah.
But what a great player too.
Oh, he's
I
incredible.
personally love how he advocates, and he was such a feminist.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he was a big
for- yeah.
feminist.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
He really
was.
did.
It was really
He
supporting
advocated
women tennis.
Murray.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Very much so.
Yes.
About the
Very
pay,
much so.
pay equality.
Pay
Yeah.
equality.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Also hold a special place in my heart to you because you always speak out so much for women and like everything that women deserve. And you were the leader in that.
What is your favorite Murray match, or do you have one?
When he won Wimbledon.
Wimbledon.
Yeah, it's
of
true.
course.
Yeah,
Of
that
course.
was-
I have chills
that
now.
was his
Yeah.
crown.
Second match, Murray. This is still out. 6-4, 7-5, 6-4.
I also
know?
love when he played with Serena too. That was so much fun to watch him play.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that was
that's
fun.
true. Yeah.
That was a lot of fun. But to see him win Wimbledon was a lot of fun too.
That was amazing. I loved how he turned to the press and he was just like, I did it.
Yeah.
Finally in your face. Yeah. That was the best.
That was a good
Not
one.
even his box. It was like really
But
cool.
also with him, he played a long time. He had hip surgeries
Yeah.
or replacement of hip. I thought, why is he doing that? There's a long life after the tennis career
Yeah.
where you need
Yeah.
to stay healthy. And at least if you are so used to do sport, you're related that you can do sport even afterwards.
Yeah.
So I was very surprised that he really is going, because 3 years ago, or when he had the surgery, he came back and you could see he's not going to win a big title anymore. And that's why I didn't understand why he's keep going, because he made enough money, he had a great career, but now he's starting actually to ruin his health. And that's what I didn't understand. And I hope he's not paying the price
later on.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, we still have him for a little bit because he's coaching Novak now.
That's great.
That's going to be
That's
exciting.
exciting as well too.
Yeah.
I mean,
And if we think
Andy
about
is-
really epic matches, U.S. Open, when he played Novak, and he was down 2 sets and then came back, and then Novak came back, and then to finally win the U.S. Open, I think for me, that was a huge epic match. I think it was 2012. That was an epic match.
yeah, there's a lot of battles. I mean, he was a top 4 for a long time against like Roger, Novak, and Nadal. I mean, he
Yeah.
worked his way to win those matches, and it was quite amazing to witness too. I must say.
Tough to pick the right moment.
Yeah,
Stop.
right. Exactly.
Yeah, when
Stop,
is the
yeah.
right
It's true.
moment?
Yeah, yeah.
Because look at
So
Barty.
true.
She was #1, and I'm thinking,
She
you're
went out-
's. Why
Yeah.
give up now?
But
Yeah,
she went out on
but
top.
then you have
I
to
love
say
that.
she
did.
left at the,
On her own
at the
terms.
right time.
Yep. Yeah.
But you have to say it's the right time is only for the player. If a player, even if he cannot win big titles anymore and he feels like playing, why not? It's for him. Otherwise, you after a while you say, why didn't I play more? So it's very individual. I think the right time. With
Yeah.
Nadal, definitely, I think it was a bit too late.
Bit too late.
Agree.
Yeah. Yeah.
This
yeah.
is what
He
also
should
Nick
have stopped.
Kyrgios
Agree.
kept on saying. I'm never going to end up like Nadal, which I think was a bit too
Oh.
But understanding
But
the
understanding the fact that
Nadal's
Yeah.
attitude, you understand. He just doesn't want to leave the game. He loves it so
Yeah,
much.
yeah.
It's hard. It's all
Yes,
you've
it does.
known. You grew up to be as well too. Like you
It's
have
his identity in a way.
exactly. It's hard.
Yeah. It's hard to get off.
Yeah.
So who else was there?
Dominic Thiem.
Dominic Thiem, yeah.
I'm so happy that he was able to win at least one Grand Slam at the U.S. Open 2021 versus Sasha. I mean, it was so amazing to witness as well. I'm glad he got one at least. You
Yeah.
know?
Yeah, but I mean, I wouldn't consider him as a consistent contender
No.
of winning a Grand Slam. So I think that was
The
the
one
peak.
time,
Yeah.
yeah.
And I think that also broke him a little bit because he probably he always measured himself. Okay, I want to reach that again, or
Yeah,
but
that
his level
high.
was not. He was great, but he was not in that level. So I think that was a problem for him to be motivated or have the same attitude afterwards.
I think he's one of the players as well too. He's like currently playing that, and he just needs to retire because he's got suffered through so many injuries himself as well too.
Yeah,
He just
couldn't
can't get back there. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I think you remember him saying something to the fact like, when I won a Grand Slam, I thought like my life would change, you know, and then injuries and
Yeah,
things
very much
happen.
so.
What
Yeah.
about Angelique Kerber?
Yeah, Angelique Kerber.
Kerber. as
Angelique
well, yeah.
Kerber.
She had an
I
amazing
personally
run,
like
yeah.
her a lot.
I do too.
I think-
She's like, for me, when I think of Angelique Kerber, I think visually, I see her low to the ground. That girl can
Yes.
get low, get low,
Get low,
you know?
low. Get Gerber.
I mean, she was on the ground. Like,
She was on the ground.
Her knees were
Oh
on the
my
ground.
God.
Yeah.
Shots, yeah.
I remember her
The
playing against
backhand.
Serena. Yeah, just like down low.
I mean,
And, like,
normally you start low and come up by
She just
playing the
stayed
shot.
Yes.
But she went down.
she went down low. Exactly.
But I
Insane.
think, I mean, she had a great career because I don't think she's the most talented player. But I mean, she was very competitive, and also after having a baby, coming back.
back.
Yes,
And I
well
think she
done.
played great tennis after. I think for her was a great end of the career. I
For
have to
me,
say.
she was an inspiration. When I met her, was it the
Labor Cup?
No, I met her first at the
Berlin Ladies?
Yeah, Berlin Ladies. But then at the Lever Cup, I had a conversation with her, and I told her that she inspired me because after, having a baby, coming back.
She's a lefty too, which I love. I love my lefties. However, she beat Serena, but too many times for me to
Look,
give some
she
shout
beat
outs
her.
to her.
She beat her.
When
That Wimbledon
Serena
match,
should have
yeah.
gotten the 24th, 5th major, she blocked her. Australian Open, and also, was it at Wimbledon as well?
Was that Wimbledon?
She beat Venus. No, she beat Serena in the semis and then beat Venus in the finals. Something like that. I don't know. She beat my Williams sisters too many times. I don't like that.
I mean,
Shade.
She had a lot of good battles against Serena.
She did, I
Australian
know.
Open
I
and
think
Wimbledon
Serena
as well
really
too.
struggled. Yeah.
Yeah. That means Kerber. Talk about machine. She can get to every single ball.
I mean,
It's
she's so
insane.
fast. She was really
fast.
Yeah, she's fast.
super
Yeah,
fast.
great counterpuncher.
Yeah,
Very
very,
much
much
so.
good counterpuncher. Yeah.
And I love her roar as well too. I'll miss that. I'll
Yeah.
miss you, Angie.
Yeah, Angie. Angie.
Auf
She was
Wiedersehen.
great. Auf Wiedersehen. And she was a lefty, but she was a righty, just like you, Charlie.
Yeah.
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 You guys
All
know
they can
that?
do
Fun
is
fact.
playing tennis with the left hand.
Yeah.
That's so
Oh,
funny.
really?
Yeah, interesting. Yeah.
Yeah.
Riding with the right. If I have to put a nail in the wall, it's everything with the right hand.
Yeah.
Imagine if I would have played with the right hand.
Oh.
I guess we'll never know.
We never know.
It's never too
Would it be
late.
better? Would it be worse?
Yeah.
And then on that note, the final changing of the guard, we will have a lovely tribute. We're going to let the credits roll to all the players that we lost in 2024. This is the Tennis Pulse. We are here at the beautiful La Flore in Berlin. Thank you for joining us.